So YouTube Rewind 2019 is finally here, and what do I have to say about it? Is it good? Is it bad? Well, let me put it this way. It's nowhere near as bad as Rewind 2018, that we all know became the most disliked video of all time, where everybody memed on it, everyone took the piss out of it, even I had my fair crack at it, blowing up the Fortnite bus and blowing up everyone with it. Which is why, you know what? I'll make another video about Rewind, because why not? I mean, it's traditional. I did one last year, might as well. Now with this Rewind, one of the many reasons that last year's was so disliked, because what they tried to represent in last year's Rewind had nothing to do with the year they were trying to represent, apart from a few tiny major things. But other than that, completely left out the most crucial parts of that year. Now with this year's Rewind, took me by surprise and gave me a little bit of a shock, because what they did was a bit of a turnaround and completely unexpected. One, they made this year's Rewind all about the most liked videos of the year, which is a pretty smart move on their part. And the second is that this year's Rewind is actually accurate about what actually happened this year. And for the first time in 2 years, they actually featured PewDiePie in it. So, you know, GG for that one. Another thing about this Rewind is that it's different from the rest. Really different. Most of the Rewinds prior were big, massive, big budget productions. But they did something different with this one. It was more or less the most liked YouTube videos, like music videos, gaming videos, etc. But the most notable thing about this year's Rewind, and they have been like this for a while and I find it kind of funny, is how massively self-aware they are about how hated last year's Rewind was. I mean, in the beginning of the video, they literally showcase people who thought it was shit. I mean, in the description, it says, in 2018, we made something you didn't like. For 2019, let's see what you did like. And if you want to know how daring YouTube has been with this whole Rewind thing, they literally put on Twitter that they're not going to disable the likes to dislike ratio when everybody thought they were gonna, because of how badly received last year's Rewind was. And now I'm looking at the like to dislike ratio and I'm seeing it as a race between how many people liked it and how many people disliked it. So who's going to win, the likers or the dislikers? I guess we'll wait and see. But so far, the dislikers are taking the lead. It's like that they're determined to make this year's Rewind more disliked than the last one. Poor fucking YouTube. It's probably because to do with the whole Copa thing that's been going on. But I can't knock them for trying. I'd feel like a dickhead for making fun of it, you know? I know it isn't as flashy and scaly as the last Rewinds, and people might dislike it because this year's was the most laziest, or in lack of a better term, underwhelming, which is what some people are saying, not me. But look at last year's. Production was high, and it was terrible. This year's had better intent, and was more in touch of what was going on this year. But overall, it's a good step in the right direction, it's a good start, and I kinda like it. I think it's alright. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here. Okay, they left a few things out from this year, but it wasn't like Rewind last year where, you know, they left everything out and just had fucking Fortnite and ASMR, which left me with that dissatisfied feeling of, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? And he didn't have any cringy late night talk show hosts dancing like retards. You know, making a show of themselves and making us feel so cringed out. But with this one, I didn't think it was cringy at all. To me, it was like a simple montage that, like I said, may not be as productive as the other Rewinds, but sometimes less is more. So what did I think of it overall? Did I like it? Did I dislike it? Honestly, I thought it was alright. Can't knock them for trying. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but they did better than last year, in my opinion. If I had to rate it, give it a 6 out of 10, something like that. Anyway, that's all I have to say about it, and peace out.